Welcome to your Cohesion Classroom. In this lesson, we will take a look at how to use symbols to evaluate expressions. At the end of this video, you will have access to our tips and takeaways, allowing you to focus on the content being presented. You can always access any of our tips and takeaways from the lesson page before or after watching the lesson. In today's lesson, we will evaluate expressions by building onto our knowledge of the order of operations. Remember, the order of operations is a standardized order in which we are to evaluate expressions. Today, we will add two new symbols to what we know about the order of operations. We will encounter brackets today. Brackets are used to group together sets of parentheses. We will also work with braces today. Braces are used to group together sets of parentheses and brackets. Now, let's take a look at a numerical expression that includes both brackets and braces to evaluate. We can see our problem has many different operations. Even though we have brackets and braces, we will still refer to the order of operations to solve. Remember, we will use PEMDAS acronym to remember to solve the parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction in that order. It can be helpful to write this above the problem. Now, in order to evaluate this expression, we must group the symbols before using the order of operations. Our goal is to solve the innermost groupings and work our way out. That being said, we can see we have two sets of parentheses, each within their own set of brackets. We will first evaluate those starting with 4 times 4 for a total of 16. And 7 times 4 for a total of 28. Once we have solved and eliminated both sets of parentheses, it is important to rewrite the expression to keep track of what is left to solve. Now, we will look at the rewritten problem and continue to work our way through the inside groupings, which are now the brackets. The first set of brackets has 16 plus 24 for a total of 40, and the second set of brackets has 28 minus 13 for a total of 15. Now it is important again to rewrite the problem without the brackets because that grouping has been solved. Now we are down to 40 plus 15 in a set of braces as our last grouping. When we solve that, we get 55 and can eliminate the braces, leaving us with an expression 55 divided by 5. Now, we will solve for the final answer of 11. You will see how we first solved the parentheses, then continued on to solve the brackets, the braces, and lastly the expression that remained when all of the groupings were gone. It is important to notice that the braces go on the outermost part of the grouping. Then there are brackets within the braces and parentheses inside of the brackets. In this problem, and in any problem using symbols, the goal is to eliminate the groups by working from the inside out. A common error that can occur when students are evaluating expressions with symbols is that they can easily lose track of the work that has been done. If you remember our problem, we wrote each step on a new line. This is critical for tracking work and keeping yourself organized through all steps. Sometimes when students solve, they may just make marks on the problem without rewriting it. This can lead to confusion with errors with so many numbers and operations. To address this issue, always have students rewrite to condense each step that has been solved. Use line paper when available to really help organize thinking. Another common error that can occur is that students might forget to include the last part of the equation that is outside of the braces when they rewrite the problem and continue to solve. For example, in our problem, we had divided by 5 at the end. If this was not carried down and forgotten, our answer would have been incorrect, stopping at just 55. To address this error, have students refer back to their PEMDAS they have written down and skim the original expression to ensure they have covered all of the operations. For more practice with this skill, revisit the video Write and Evaluate Numerical Expressions to review the order of operations. Remember, when using symbols, the parentheses, brackets, and braces are ways of grouping numbers. Continue to work from the inside groupings outward to evaluate the expression. To gain a full understanding of this concept, visit the lesson page to view the rest of the place value, multiplication, and expression set of lessons. Uniting students and families in learning, we are Cohesion Education. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.